Hello everyone, I'm Metis Balaska and welcome to the stream. Yeah, sorry I have to move to today's stream to much earlier than intended because all sort I have there's load shedding at 8, which is my usual time. Hey Yuma, welcome to the stream. How was your day? So yeah, last time on P4A, we met. We started the P4A story. We started the Persona 4 story, and we landed at where we ran into a Dachi who was supposed to be in prison right now. Huh. And what is the deal with? And what is the deal with Sho? Oh wait. I completely forgot to change topics. Let me do that quickly. 9 a.m. on Freedom East Coast. Suggest as woke up. Cool. Just let me fix this up quickly and we'll get to the game. There we are. All right, now let's get to it. Yeah, we are going right to this one. Those who played the game know why.
What is this? What's happened here?
What I saw when I finally reached Chiasso Inaba Station was an eerie, distorted building and a town that had turned into a maze. I kept walking for a while and eventually made it to the floodplain, but I didn't see any people around at all. And that feeling I've had ever since the train stopped so suddenly. By the time I reached Inaba, that suspicion had changed into certainty.
Exactly like the TV world. But if that's true, then...
I don't know what's going on, but if this is the same as the TV world, then there's something I can do. I concentrate hard and speak to the presence sleeping inside me, the way I've gotten used to doing so.
My persona. I don't know what's going on, but I might be able to find everyone.
I concentrate once again and search for presences. My senses slowly sharpen. At first, I can only feel out what's near me, but then it extends further and further out. Eventually, my senses spread all across the town, like I'm reaching my arms out wide. The readings I get are faint and hazy, probably because of the red fog everywhere. But I still pick up on several familiar presences. But it doesn't seem like my attempts to reach them are working.
Really no use after all.
Even though we have the same type of power, I wonder if things would be different if Fukusan was doing this. Just the other day, Fukusan saved everyone from a bad situation, from much further away than I could manage. If she were here, she could probably support her companions even through this fog. I mean, comparing your level 1 to someone else's level 20 and all that.
I don't have the power to fight. I can't even give proper backup. I'm no good to anyone.
My concentration breaks, and when reading anxiety had slips into the fog. Just as I'm about to fall to my knees in despair, a strong reading I can sense even without focusing appears in the sky.
What? It's a bird? It's a plane? No,
Yep, it's a real one. Down from the sky with a loud declaration comes a woman in blue. The lady descends lightly and gazes upon the dumbstruck look on my face with a slightly cocked head.
Please excuse my raucous entrance. If I recall correctly, you are everyone's Rosette, the announcer of the P1 Grand Prix, no?
Elizabeth's always a fun character.
That wasn't really me. Wait, who are you?
You know, I remember those blue clothes from the P1 Grand Prix. She's the one with tremendous power that General Teddy was mad at, calling her an intruder. I don't think she is an enemy. Granted, I have no idea who she is. Mega de Leon for everyone. Yep.
Pardon me. I am Elizabeth, the wandering elevator attendant who has presently totally abandoned her duties.
I love how she proudly announces that.
I once presided over a certain power in a certain room, but for opaque reasons I am brilliantly currently on a wandering journey. You presided over power? Okay. Greatestly, exactly. It feels odd to bring this up, but it was okay for you to abandon your duties? Oh? Can you explain the question? I guess I kind of abandoned my duties once too. I ran away from where I was. But now that I'm trying to make a comeback, it's been really tough. This news of a comeback concert isn't grabbing me either. A concert, you say? I know of such things. It is a mysterious ritual that only chosen ones can perform.
I mean, technically you're not wrong.
Within the flood of sound that takes people, the crowd repeats a chaotic dance to their heart's content, eventually achieving a state of rapture.
I mean, technically not wrong.
It's not like that. By the way, Miss Rosette, are you sure that you should be reposing in a place like this? Huh? I have been observing this town state for some time now, and it seems this red fog has completely enveloped it. If left as is, I do believe that matters will take a turn in an unfavorable direction for you and your friends. What? Elizabeth, do you know something? Is you, Senpai? Is everyone okay? My, why are you asking me? When it comes to searching for your friends, I recall your power being uniquely suited to the task. I can't find anything in all this fog. It's no use. I see. In other words, you are grieving for your powerlessness, electing to stand here without attempting to search for your friends on your own.
Ouch.
What a disappointing turn of events. I have no interest in such a dull person. Please excuse me.
She's right. Why was I standing around here? Why did I keep worrying so much? Everyone may be in trouble, but I can move. I can think. I might even be able to help if I can get close enough to pick up everyone's location. Until I've run around so much I can't take another step, searched as hard as I can, and done everything in my power, I have no right to whine that it's no use.
Elizabeth! What seems to be the matter? I have already lost interest in... No, I just wanted to thank you. I'll try doing what I can. Oh, what a horrific change of heart. Or is that heroic?
Elizabeth is such a mood. Yeah.
Either way, it seems you have realized the potential that slumbers within you. Truly impressive. But if you were to encounter a shadow right now, your current strength would not be sufficient to fully beat the snot out of it. Huh? Which is why I have the sudden urge to test whether your resolve is truly sincere.
Uh-oh.
Wait, what are you... Please, do not waste your breath as I come at you. Your fate is in the cards.
Rip Rise? Huh? What? Why is this happening? No, I need to go look... no, I need to go look for everyone. When the shadow that appeared behind Elizabeth swings its sword, a shockwave shoots forward, parting the red fog and gouging the concrete at my feet. That was just one swing. and a parted fog. Supernatural fog. This isn't good. At this rate, Elizabeth will wipe me out before I can even find everyone. No, I'm going to protect you, Senpai, and all the others, no matter what.
Not miss again. I hope you are prepared. Persona.
Sorry, mouse.
No way. My persona? I'm starting to grow excited. I must say it's been rather a long time since I last felt this exhilarated. I am going to do this.
This is such a bizarre thing to do.
It's okay. I can do this now. From here on out, I've made my decision. I'm going to stay and protect everyone.
I mean, I have to admit, when I first went through this, I wasn't too chuffed that they did this, that they went and changed Rise's whole dynamic. Like, it felt like they were trying to make her one-up Fuka, in my opinion. And just like to add her to the roster. But at the same time, it kind of works because, like, a persona takes the form of your psyche, right? So if you prepare with a more battle-orientated mindset, it's completely possible that a persona can evolve into some from a support role to a combat role.
Now, show me the transformation of the potential within you. Burn it into my memory.
Well, rip Rise, here we go. I barely touched this character.
Final. Fight.
Let's change things up. How? Summoning.
Oh, come on.
I will shock. Oh no. Killer.
Yeah, but it's like but like in Teddy, in Mitsuru's case, she already had a persona that was capable of battle. She was just using tech to enhance support abilities. Fuka kind of had a battle-oriented move. With Teddy, he didn't have a persona before. He was just using his nose. And with Morgana, again, and already battle-oriented, he was just providing support on the side until Futaba showed up. Mega Snap!
Don't hold back. You're here with some freezing. Opening my deck. Have it ready.
Oh, come on.
Backing up. What? Impact. Wrap this up. Check it out. That should be time has come. Impact. Wrap this up. Check it out.
I mean, that's a super, so we can't do that so we're not likely to do that every fight, but it's still funny that we ended on the slap. Just like we've been traditionally doing with Yukiko.
Truly impressive. You have indeed shown me the power of mankind's potential.
But yeah, like I was saying, this is more the first time that a persona has actually evolved into a more combat stance, while originally being purely support. Elizabeth finally brushes away the dust on her clothes from the fight and smiles at me.
Why did you help me out? Help you? I didn't even have the shiniest intention of helping you. But I didn't know that my persona could do that stuff. Isn't that why you helped me? I see. That was not my intention at all. But if you say so, then I'm starting to get the sense that it may be true.
In other words, she had every intention of killing Rise.
In which case, it would only be natural to demand worthy compensation for such assistance. Huh? Wait, are you asking me for money? Or perhaps your soul? Oh, definitely not. A ticket to your comeback concert would do as well. Oh, I could probably swing that. No, I believe I shall ask for this world's future instead. That's pretty vague. Either way, it is decided. A struggle between solitude and bonds. The two great potentials of mankind is about to begin. I have no intention of assisting either side, but neither can I dismiss the contest as irrelevant to me. You lost me there. But what you're talking about is why this town got messed up, right? Indeed. Whether your bonds will win the day, or whether that young man's solitude will emerge victorious. I am massively intrigued as to how this struggle will end. That young man... Whoa, are you talking about the culprit behind this? Dear me, I've accidentally slipped up. In any case, please look over there.
Elizabeth points past the fog, as if dodging her own words. Well, I'm not letting her off that easy, but she probably won't tell me anything more. I'm a little puzzled, but I go ahead and look where she's pointing, and then I can't help but lean forward in utter shock. Out there on the hill, where Yasogami High should be, is this weird, huge tower. It looks like some kind of evil villain's lair.
I believe that is where the final battle will take place. It seems a number of your friends are already headed that way. What will you do, Miss Rosette? I'll go too, so I can fight with them. A perfect answer. I give you a gold star.
She draws a large star with one hand and goes directly into an elegant bow. She's probably headed off somewhere now. I really can't figure her out.
Well then, I bid you good luck, Miss Rosette.
After I see her off and she vanishes into the fog, I look up. I've got to get to Yasogami High. I'll help everyone this time for sure.
Everyone, wait for me.
The town becomes a labyrinth as the clock strikes midnight. It's just like the dark hour described in those documents.
I take a deep breath and check my surroundings. First, I review the situation. If I remain calm and collect as much data as I can, I should be able to put together a picture of what's going on.
It's here yet. I'd have thought someone would have come straight to Juness.
From what I can tell on my way here, the town is utterly empty. Are you, Senpai, and the others all right? If this phenomenon is the same as the dark hour from the documents, then the only ones capable of moving about in it are persona users like us. But why? If this was deliberately induced, then what is the culprit's aim in doing so? Since my call with Labra was cut off, I have no idea about her safety either. Is the helicopter she and her companion Is the helicopter she and her companions were riding safe? And what happened to Mitsuru-san and her retinue? This is a dangerous line of thought. I'm losing my cool. And can't keep my thought straight. I'm no detective in this state.
Calm down. If I start worrying, there'll be no end to it.
I take another deep breath. I know already that the red flag filling the area isn't poisonous at first blush. I did consider that the enemy might be employing an airborne toxin, but the whole town is covered in this stuff, and there's no way to move about while still avoiding it.
Still, it may be best to try not to breathe it in to the extent I can avoid it.
Huh? Naoto-kun?
Huh?
I'm thrown for a loop, that being called to out of the blue. I was so lost in thought that my reaction is slightly delayed.
Senpai, is that you?
Nope.
Uh-huh. Why?
Thank goodness you're safe. What about the others?
How should I know? They've got nothing to do with me.
A cheerful answer, the tone of which like Chie-senpai's usual self, but her actual words ring a warning bell in my mind.
Senses seem untampered with. From which I take it that you are not Chie-senpai. Who are you?
Little me? I'm Chie Satonaka, though I'm a fake one, based on the real Chie.
I see. So you make no effort to hide your true nature. And what are your intentions?
What a foolish question, even for me. The town was covered in the strange red fog shortly after the disappearance of Mitsuru-san and her people, and now a false Chie-senpai, identical to the real thing, stands before me. I have no inkling as to the enemy's goal, but it is at least apparent that they expect to find us in order to accomplish them.
Isn't it obvious? I came to fight you.
Are you? Rather, is the culprit who created you the same one who seized Labrys? Or is it an accomplice of his?
I want information right now, even if what stands before me is an imitation. It is honestly answering me. It is honestly answering me this much. I felt that it would be smarter to draw out as much information from it as possible.
You really are sharp, aren't you, Naoto-kun? But who cares about any of that? Persona!
What?
A familiar shadow takes form behind the fake Chie-senpai. Impossible. As close as these fakes are, they are not the genuine article. Yet, not only was this one able to summon the same persona as Chie-senpai uses, it did so in the real world? What in the world is going on here? After dodging the attack, I jump back and draw the gun at my side. This is no illusion. That was a heavy strike, with considerable weight behind it.
Did I surprise you? Oh, sorry, I meant it as a little read.
It seems the circumstances are different from before. What sort of scheme is unfolding now?
Solving that's supposed to be the detective's job. If you don't hurry and get ready, you'll get yourself hurt.
So you have no intention of providing answers. Very well.
Ooh, now that's our Now-chan. It's so convenient for us that you catch on quick.
Is that General Teddy?
You understand without me having to explain, right? Thanks for participating in the P1 climax. Now then, on to Now-chan's first round. Obviously, this is a serious battle with nowhere to run. Oh, by the way, Min-chan and the others you're looking for were smushed and captured by me, General Teddy. In other words, if you keep winning in the tournament, you might be able to save them.
Though I had considered this as a possibility, I can't help but furrow my brow at General Teddy's words. So Mitsuru-san and her team were indeed captured. The shadow operatives are professionals, even when it comes to shadow-related matters. So if our opponent captured them so easily, then we clearly cannot afford to underestimate them.
And you can use your persona too now, Token. Well then, bring on the ring!
Immediately after the fake's cry, red pillars appear mid-air, surrounding us. They swiftly fall, embedding themselves in the ground. So this is the ring this time. I can surmise the basic rules. It's fair to say invisible walls stretch between the pillars, and I will not be able to proceed until the match is completed. But they're not invisible, though. They're right there. In which case, there is one option open to me.
I haven't time to waste, so I won't bother holding back. Persona!
Great! That's the Nato-kun I know! That makes it even more fun crushing you!
I wouldn't be so certain. You can never win against me.
Finally! Fight!
Okay. I'm a do it! Do it!
Turning into a very
This is an odd track for a fight.
Okay.
Oh my! They lost!
That is such an odd track to use for a fight.
Oh, I lost! Well, I guess that's enough.
As I said, you cannot win against me. Our forms can be mimicked, but you can never replicate our inner drive.
It was strong, though I wore a brave face to intimidate my opponent. Had I put one foot wrong, it could have been me who was defeated. For some reason, I feel much more exhausted than I remember being the case when I would fight inside the TV world. Is it because of my opponent's abilities, or?
This is a setup.
There is a mighty crackling sound, and the red pillar is to the far side of me shatter. I have evidently emerged the victor without any problems, and gaining the right to proceed. As that happens, the false Chie-senpai begins to disintegrate before my eyes. It must have been created by tampering with a shadow.
What is that?
What appears to be grains of light float up from the rapidly dissolving fake. They form a ribbon of light, drawing an arch in the air and drifting away in a particular direction, as if drawn to something. Thinking back on the battle, I believe I saw similar grains of light whenever my persona and the fakes would clash. What are they? Could they be figments of something? When I follow the light with my eyes, I can scarcely believe what I see. There is an enormous and bizarrely shaped structure which has no place in a rural town or anywhere else in the real world.
The hill where Yasogami High is? The orbs of light are gathering there.
Something's off. The opponent's methods are different from Labrys's case. They're challenging us head on now. The salient aspects of this case are the red fog enveloping the real world, a giant tower atop Yasugami High, and the grains of light that appear in battle, and the strange exhaustion I feel. Suddenly, something pops into my mind. Those documents I obtained from public safety, one of them detailed the past case involving Mitsuru-san's team, involving a giant tower that only appeared during a special period of time. If I recall correctly, it was called Tartarus? That aberrant tower was built to call forth something monstrous. Is it possible that...
Is the culprit of this case intending to...
I must ask that you not needlessly inquire further. Now is not yet the time.
Impossible. This was unlike my encounter with the false Chie-senpai. I was paying close attention to my surroundings. Yet this man suddenly appeared behind me, as if from thin air.
Naoto Shirogane, you will be making your exit here. Die.
A clear voice pierces the red fog, and the next sound that reaches my ears is what seems to be a blade slicing the air. Ah, great, another cliffhanger. They always have to do this so you're forced to watch the next episode. Oh, wait, I saw Dachi in the lineup there. Do we get to pick him? There's no doubt about it. As we go down the fog-filled hallway, we see a man we're familiar with. We could barely forget his face.
No way. Why is it Dachi-san?
Could he be a fake?
Huh? Fake? Oh, right. I forgot about that whole thing going on.
That friendly smile, joking manner, and contemptuous, nonchalant laugh. There's no doubt that this is the Adachi-san we know, but why?
Why are you here? Huh? Oh, well, I had intended on staying well behaved. But someone begged me to help out. And you know, I'm not the kind of guy who can say no to something like that.
Help out? You mean that show guy?
Hmm? Have you guys already met? Oh, man.
That doesn't matter. Don't tell me you're working with the culprit this time, too.
Well, what do you think?
Don't play dumb. If I don't like your answer, there'll be boot prints all over your face.
Who cares about all that? Come on. Aren't you kids in serious trouble right now? What with all the world ending and all?
So you are!
You guys really like sticking your heads into dangerous situations, don't you? You don't gain anything in life from doing that, you know?
Adachi-san, you said you would abide by the rules of this world. So why are you here?
Rules. Rules, eh?
Don't you understand how the real world is in trouble because of show? This isn't like the TV world, where only we were involved.
Oh, man. I see you never learn. The only reason I took that brat up on his invitation was because I was bored.
Of course.
All the questions about what he's after or what's gonna happen to this town, I don't give a damn about any of it.
What's he saying?
I mean, you should give a damn about the world, dude. You keep your stuff in it.
Adachi, you lousy!
Whoa, whoa, give me a break. I don't intend to get involved with kids like you anymore. Like, I bet you're honestly abiding by the rules here, because that's how you think.
The rules here?
You know, the one-on-one stuff. You don't even know what's gonna happen because of that. Honestly, rats like you barely even think.
What's that supposed to mean?
Like I keep saying, if you keep fighting them on their own terms, it can bite you in the ass. I bet he's collected quite a lot of those persona fragments by now.
My hazy scattered thoughts are all come together when I hear that Adachi-san when I hear what Adachi-san has to say. We've been vaguely watching those light particles fly up to the top of the tower, but are those what Sho was after? Could it be that the reason Sho set the rules was to make us fight one-on-one was to give off more of those particles, persona fragments, according to Adachi-san, during the constant fighting?
Have we been inadvertently helping him?
Oh man, you really hadn't noticed? You need to get your act together.
Out of the blue, the distorted school building creaks with the loud noise. The jarring sound echoes in the depths of the red fog, like an animal's growl.
What was that just now?
Looks like there's no more time left. Earlier than I expected. Well, that's why I need to get going. Good luck to you, I guess. Oh, and your friends who got caught? They might be in trouble if you leave them be, you know?
Wait! What's that supposed to mean?
It means just what it sounds like. Then again, I guess it might be impossible for just you three.
Isn't he an adorable psychopath?
Wait!
God damn it, game developers! Adachi-san turns his back on us and disappears into the red fog. Yosuke tries to go after him, but he slams straight into an invisible wall. Oh, that looked like it hurt. I hope he's okay. It's only then I realize we're already surrounded on all sides by red pillars.
You okay, Yosuke?
This actually hurts more than you think. I mean, when did these get set up?
How much longer are you gonna make me wait? You better entertain me at the very least.
Is that Akihiko? Yep. We turn around to see the bearer of the familiar voice. Inside the fog is a man standing as if to show off his well-developed muscles. He's topless apart from a red cape. It's definitely one of Mitsuru-san's companions, Akihiko-san.
Look at this special ring. This place is truly a square jungle. It sure brings back memories. Yeah, it really takes me back.
It isn't a jungle, though. It's a ring. You've only got a limited space to move around. It's more like a cage.
Master? Oh, I'm glad that you're safe.
Well, you should have seen that coming, Chie. As Chie tries to shove her, a sharp fist whizzes right in front of her. Something's obviously not right. For one thing, Akihiko-san should be captive somewhere, and for another, he wouldn't challenge us to a fight like this. I think the voice should have been your first clue.
Fake Akihiko-san.
Don't you all long for the tensing of muscles and the clenching of fists? It's only seconds away. Step forward if you want to taste the match.
Good lord. Okay, so we've got a choice here. We periodically get during the P4AU story. We can choose who we want to fight as. We'll get this whenever there's more than one person in a group. Let's go with Chie. Have the martial artists fight each other, as it were.
Finally.
Time for an action! Protect me!
I'd like to note I haven't touched this game in over a week.
All right, we won! Wait, where did Adachi go?
Hey, doesn't this shaking seem bad? It's been getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, looks like we don't have much time.
Hey, hold on a sec. Adachi said something about persona fragments earlier. What did he mean?
Last time, Sho tried to get powerful shadows by shaking us up so our personas would turn back to their original form. And this time, he's lured us into this red fog and made us fight our fakes, so we can carve off persona fragments in the process.
Oh, you mean those balls of light that pop out when we fight against the fakes?
Probably, yeah. Sho is trying to do something with the persona fragments he's collecting.
But what though? Is he gonna make a new persona for himself with them?
I don't know. But all the persona fragments I saw so far were headed to the top of this tower. We might find our answers there.
Get ready for a long climb. No, really, Tartarus was huge. To give people who have never played Persona 3 a clue, it takes you an in-game year to climb to the top of Tartarus. Trying to figure it out now won't do any good. We've fallen for the enemy's traps so far, but from here on out, we're going on the counterattack. We have to avoid fighting fakes as much as we can, rescue Mitsuru-san's team, and get to the top of this tower. After we all nod to each other, we run with renewed purpose down the murky hallway.
Sheesh, these hallways are too long. How far do they go? You'd think we'd have gotten to the stairs by now at least.
Maybe just running down the hallways won't work. Why don't we try going into the first open room we see? I mean, this place was connected in some messed up ways during the last P1 Grand Prix.
You do have a point.
But there's tons of classrooms here. Should we just start with the closest one?
Just pick one, I guess.
Whoa, bingo!
Oh, good job, Yosuke!
Yosuke apparently has EX luck. So much hate. Past the open door, there is the unmistakable view of a classroom, but on the wall inside, it is a set of familiar-looking school stairs, connected to it like they were forced there.
Still don't like this plan. We're gonna have to check every door we find from here on out.
Don't worry, you can do it, Yosuke.
Yeah, we'll be okay if we got Yosuke with us.
What's with the blind trust in me? I don't remember you guys being such goody-goodies.
What are you doing, Yosuke? Come on, you better hurry up.
Why isn't anyone listening to me? Don't you think it's weird that you're about to leave me behind after saying all that nice stuff?
Just as Yosuke suspected, our progress from the next floor on gets pretty rough. We don't run into any fakes, but we don't make much headway either. How far have we climbed? Feeling impatient, I put my hand on the nearby door and throw it open.
Hey, Yukon!
A giant guillotine blade wishes right before my eyes. I dodged barely, but it was much too close for comfort.
You dodged. Not too shabby, Yukon.
That voice!
Why don't you hurry up and come in? I'm bored out of my skull waiting for you guys.
I cautiously step into the classroom. Inside, we find stairs leading up and a figure blocking them, just as I thought.
Labrys! Like you don't already know. Yeah, I'm a fake Labrys. So, let's see how much of your persona I can carve off, okay? You're going too far. What What are you trying to do with all these persona fragments? What do you care? Win or lose, you're all gonna die anyways. I got nothing to tell you. Now, bring on the rig!
Red pillars fall from the classroom ceiling, and in their ominous glow, I can see Labrys's long-hair persona. For a second, I was fearing the worst, but this doesn't seem to be Labrys's shadow. It's more like a fake Labrys created from a shadow. Whichever it is, it detaches a giant axe from its back and grips it in its metallic hands. The fake Labrys stares at us with golden eyes and takes a fighting stance.
A special destroyer made only to eliminate the enemy. Underestimate me, and you'll end up with more than just a scratch.
Going you. I'm going to vary up as much as I can, but I will mostly favor my favorite characters.
Finally.
I just had her in the corner. The fake begins to melt, and there's a loud crack as the red pillars shatter. At the same time, the persona fragments that were carved off in the battle turn into particles of light and float up into the air.
Oh no! The persona fragments!
Chie looks like she's about to chase after them, but Yosuke stops her. I understand how she feels, but Yosuke's right. Once they scatter, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do now.
It's fine. We just need to hurry on ahead. We're out of time.
Yeah! Still, it's so frustrating!
Chie seems frustrated, but she agrees. I know it's hard for her to sit around idly, even though she understands.
Something just crossed my mind. Personas were originally our shadows, right?
What's this all about?
No, I was thinking about what the culprit's after. I wondered why he'd be so hell-bent on our personas.
Huh?
Well, think about it. There's a bunch of shadows in the TV world. So why is he so fixated on our personas?
Good question.
Yosuke's absolutely right. Last time, the culprit was targeting our personas to collect powerful shadows. But not this time. If he wanted to play it safe, he wouldn't have gouged a bunch of persona users into a fight with them, especially since we've already got a score to settle. Besides, just because the TV world is peaceful again doesn't mean all the shadows have gone away. If that's all he wanted, he could just gather those. Really, the culprit was controlling shadows to make fake versions of us to fight for him. But then why go through all the trouble of preparing these arenas and carving away our personas? Does he want revenge for last time? I don't know. Sho didn't seem to care about that. So why?
Must be a reason he's targeting our personas in particular.
Some reason why it can't be just any old shadows?
Yosuke and Chie are stumped too. We need some more hints. We're missing some key information, or maybe I just haven't put it together yet. A mysterious young man named Sho, persona fragments, and Adachi-san. No, there's still a lot left for us to find out. The strike I barely dodged grazes my cheek and slices through the air. The pain of the initial blow, which struck my back, is beginning to affect my breathing. My throat constricts, and I have difficulty getting air into my lungs. Only by force of will do I keep from blacking out as I look toward my assailant, who now approaches me. A young man, and he wears a Yasagami High uniform.
Dodged. Such a struggle you put up. You're wasting my time.
Who are you?
I am Minazuki. Show Minazuki. I am the one who will destroy you, the Kirijo fools, and this world.
So, you're the ones who captured Mitsuru-san and...
Yes, I caught them off guard, just as I did with you here. It seems you're not very perceptive.
So Mitsuru-san and her people have fallen into the enemy's hands after all. It's hard to believe. Is this young man truly the mastermind behind these incidents?
So your intuition is impressive. For you to discern our plan after only one battle.
It's an absurd scheme. What are you trying to summon with that tower?
I gather that his plan is far more dreadful than what I had imagined and at the start. That grotesque tower called Tartarus, which was brought forth to call upon something inhuman. What if the culprit in this case also intends on summoning something into this world? And what if the reason our enemy makes no move to hide the fakes and challenges us to legitimate fights is because they need to gather something before that plan can be achieved?
Be wrong. That in itself is not my objective. All I want is to grant a wish.
A wish? Whose?
There's no need for you to know.
This isn't good. He's already close enough for his attack to reach me. I'm still suffering from his earlier strike. Minazuki's next blow will surely cost me my life. My life. I need to buy whatever time I can now.
Left Labrys and attempted to collect our personas before, but that's not the case this time. You're using Mitsuru-san and her team as hostages, and you've prepared fake versions of us to fight. There's only one reason why you'd create such elaborate imitations of us, even to the point of summoning personas, and have them challenge us. You set this entire scenario up so that we wouldn't think twice about fighting.
That's right. Everything was set up from the start. It's the same rules as last time. After drumming the impression into our heads, our opponents admit outright that they're fakes. And as a result, I had stopped trying to figure out the motivations behind their actions. Since they've taken hostages and warped this town, we concluded that we had no choice but to play along, and were willing to fight without further hesitation. But I suspect Minazuki must be gaining those shining particles I saw earlier through our battles with the fakes.
Your intuition is impressive. By forcing you to fight in this fog, I am carving off bits of your personas.
Carving off our personas?
Dude, spoilers.
I've said too much. It seems our guests of honor have arrived.
Minazuki turns his gaze to the sky and narrows his eyes as if looking beyond the red fog. Simultaneously, the faint sound of a helicopter becomes evident.
I enjoyed my time with you. If the opportunity arises again, I'd like to speak with you further.
With that, Minazuki gracefully puts distance between us. The moment there's enough space for someone to intrude between us, a shadow comes dancing down from the sky, as if awaiting that exact moment.
Naota-kun, I gotcha!
Lapis, don't let your guard down. He's the one who attacked Mitsuru-san's group.
This guy?
Our guests of honor have arrived. I've been waiting for you, Shadow Operatives.
Labra stands between Minazuki and myself, as if shielding me. It seems I've been spared the worst-case scenario. The sound of the helicopter's rotors still remain in the sky above us, and it's very loud. It appears to be slowly descending. I strongly suspect that a plume of dust is installed into that helicopter. I recall an entry in the public safety documents explaining how a plume of dust would enable machinery to continue functioning, even in supernatural space-times where no other electronics would work. It's unlike me to let my mind wander into matters of parascience. Perhaps it's a relief of my life perhaps it's the relief of my life no longer being in peril.
Why are you doing all this?
Who am I? That constant question. It's quite intriguing that a machine created for suppressing shadows would ask it.
What?
But first, let me see the rest of you.
As Minazuki keeps his eyes on Labras, a black liquid rises from behind him, instantly ascending to the helicopter. It's a shadow, no, a persona, and it means to take down that helicopter.
Yukari-san! Cancun!
Labras cries out in desperation. Persona users, though they may be, they are still human. If they go down along with the helicopter they're in, they will be grievously wounded at best.
Persona!
An unfamiliar woman's voice calls out from within the helicopter. At once, a tremendous gust of wind swirls about the helicopter, repelling the Black Shadow's ambush at the last second.
Quite the persona user. However,
Yukari-san, he's winding up for another one! We're getting off, Koromaru!
Just as the whirlwind dies down, an attack originating from within the helicopter speeds towards Minazuki's persona, which was primed to attack again. Amazing. What a perfectly timed maneuver. The surrounding fog glides up, and the personas clash at each other. Those grains of light that Minazuki is after disperse. At the same time, three figures jump out from the helicopter and descend towards us. A whir of helicopter rotors increases, which I take to mean that it's flying off somewhere. So then its objective from the start was to drop these people off here.